Okay, so how has the release of Broken Heart thing gone down with fans so far?
It's been so good. It's been amazing. I think it's exciting having Dustin on it and certainly has, some more visibility and some more eyes and ears on it. And we've been so blessed with some like awesome playlisting. And so I'm really excited about it. It's doing really great.
Oh, amazing. And so you mentioned Dustin. How was it working with Dustin Lynch on the single? Do you guys work and collab together well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's an amazing guy. He's really salt of the earth. He's exactly what you think he is. He is so positive and just like a party everywhere he goes. And he's just so like excited to be making music and stuff. And I got to sing background vocals on his album. And so I sang on a few tracks. I sang on the Jelly Roll Chevrolet Dustin duet that just went number one, which is so cool.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So,
if you turn it up really loud, you can hear me wailing in the background of it.
so was that an
Um,
experience for you as well? Like, is that something you haven't done before? Is that something you've done, but is this something you kind of look into performing yourself, but as well featuring on other people's albums as well? Is that
yeah, honestly, it really started. My producer works with various other artists, and he asked me to come by and do like a proof of concept for Cole Swindell's Heads Carolina, you know that song? And it's like,
okay? Yeah.
Heads Carolina, Tail California. That little voice at the beginning, he was like, I want to sample that from the original song, but it's in a different key. So when I do it, it sounds like a chipmunk. Like, can you come just like proof of concept, sing it for me so I can hear what it sounds like? And I was like, okay. So I came over and sang it and it sounded really great. And he's like, okay, we're going to keep it in. Like, it's going to radio like tomorrow. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. So that was my entrance into it. And then I've sang
Yeah.
back vocals on like Jelly Roll stuff,
Oh,
Sam
awesome.
Hunt stuff, Dustin stuff, Connor Smith stuff. So there's been a few artists that I've been able to do it with, and it's really fun and creative and getting to sing different harmonies and just like ad libs and stuff. So I love it. I think it's really cool. And sometimes you get to get in your car and hear yourself on the radio in a little tiny way. It's pretty sweet. But with
No,
Broken Heart Thing, I had just done Dustin's album and sang background vocals on it, and we had performed a couple of things together. And I like texted him the song and was like, "Is there any way like you would want to sing this with me?" And he said yes. So it was pretty
oh,
sweet.
amazing. Oh, that's really sweet. And so you'll be releasing your upcoming EP. So it's this Friday, I believe.
It's
So
Friday.
One House Down from the Girl Next Door. Are you looking forward to sharing this with fans?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is like the nervous. I'm always like a wreck right before because it's just been mine for the past like 2 years almost. Been working on this project and I don't know, like the fun is like all the creative stuff, and then it's like this period of just releasing it and it's just fear, and then it goes back to fun when you get to play it live and all the aftermath kind of stuff. But I really hope people like it. I think that they will. I'm really, really proud of it. I think it's my best stuff yet, so I'm stoked about it.
Oh, awesome. So what's your like favorite single on the EP? Is there anything particular that really hits home to you, or is there anything that you enjoyed making the most?
That's so hard. I honestly love so much of them for like different reasons. Like Bar Fight, I feel like I'm so proud of it as a songwriter. Like it was, this idea that I had, and I feel like we carefully wrote this song that really is a creative way of explaining the kind of battle between heart and mind in like a really visual way. So I love that one. It was so fun to write. And Middle of the Bed, I just feel like doesn't sound like anything else. Like I love how unique it is, and it's such a zoomed in like snapshot moment of like being in bed and like forgetting you broke up with somebody. It's like so unique and cool. So I love that
Yeah.
one. And then One House Down from the Girl Next Door, the title track sounds like early like Keith Urban, and Keith is playing the guitar solo on that song, which is
Oh, amazing.
insane. Yes, and so that one obviously was so much fun to make.
Yeah.
So I mean, I love all of them so much.
Oh, awesome. Um, so you'll be making your and apologies, I personally I've never really looked into it too much, but is it Grand Ole Opry debut? So
Yeah,
is this
Grand Ole
the
Opry. You
yeah,
got
how
it.
do you pronounce it?
Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, okay. It's probably just my accent. But But so this is quite a big country venue, country music
Yeah,
venue. So this will be in sort of next week, is that correct?
correct.
And
Yeah. So
so you
it
excited to
started off as a radio show that they've had for years and years and years. It's probably the most like historical country music show ever, I would say.
oh, amazing. And so the fact that you're performing that, is that something that you've been wanting to do for a long time?
Yeah, definitely. Like it goes beyond music. It's like a life thing, It's like at the end
Yeah.
of the day, when I'm 100 years old, I'm gonna say, I got to play the Grand Ole Opry. I remember. So I'm so excited about it. It's like you have to be invited to play. There's like the circle from the original location, and you basically get invited to step in the circle. And every great country singer from Johnny Cash to Dolly Parton to Carrie Underwood have
Awesome.
played that stage. And it's just yeah, a very, very honorable thing to be able to do. So I'm very grateful to get the
Oh well,
opportunity.
that's definitely something I'll be looking into more. Be it
Yeah, sure.
broadening my sort of genre
Yeah.
horizons. And do you think country music is becoming more and more popular in the music scene? I would say maybe in the last 5 or 10 years, as it sort
Yeah.
of made a I wouldn't say a comeback, but I guess when you look at the likes of like Dolly Parton back in the day, we haven't really seen any of that since in the last sort of 5, 10 years. Obviously, you got Taylor Swift, but is
Mhm.
that something you think with this sort of like the everything with Taylor Swift being so popular now? Do you think that's something that you can take your own genre and sort of like almost perform in that to them crowds almost?
Yeah, I mean, I think especially Taylor's a great example where I think the country element of her songs that still remain even when, different instruments are used is the storytelling aspect of it. And lyric is more important than, really almost everything else. Whereas other genres, it's not really about the lyrics. Sometimes the song didn't really make sense. It doesn't matter because it just feels good and whatever. And I love those songs too, but country music is about what story are we trying to tell? And I love that element to it. And I think people are, really attracted to authenticity and true stories and honest art. And I think that's really cool. And I think artists like Taylor or Morgan Wallen or, Post Malone with this new duet record or Beyonce making that record, like it's really swung it into kind of this mainstream
Yeah,
visibility. And I mean, you even see it with like fashion. I feel like fashion is like cowboy boots are like a chic thing to wear in New York now, which is like
yeah,
never and so it's super exciting to be a part of a genre that has a lot of eyes on it right now. And
yeah,
me, I grew up in Canada, on the west coast of Canada. So I feel like I had a country upbringing. I grew up in like a blueberry farming community and rode horses growing up and listened to, almost exclusively country music, but I'm not, the most country person. And so my music that has a lot of pop influences and R&B
yeah.
influences at times is accepted in this genre and celebrated because of the people that come before it that kind of bend the genre a little bit. So I think there's like all these like subgenres. There's like really rock and kind of heavier country, and then there's pop country, and there's soulful country, and there's just room for like all interpretations of it, which is really rad, I think.
And I think what you're doing as well, I think that's certainly something that will only just increase
Thanks. I
genre in
appreciate
itself. So I'm really really looking forward to that EP coming out this week. And so if you could work with an artist on a new song, who would it be and why? Have
it.
you got anyone in mind at all?
So tough. I definitely would love to do something with Post Malone. I feel like that would be so cool. I love that record. I feel like he did it in such a cool way. I mean, he used all country songwriters and musicians and players and artists to feature on it. So Post is one that I feel like would be super rad. I'd also there's a very traditional country singer named Cody Johnson who I love. I love his voice so much. So I feel like that would be super cool. Yeah, there's so many, really.
Oh, awesome. And so you've already been nominated and won a number of awards in your career. And is there an award in particular you're still looking to achieve, or is it just basically just playing the music? Is your main passion really?
Yeah, I mean that's tough. Obviously, I would love to win a Grammy. That would be
Yeah,
great, or a CMA award or ACM and all of those things, I think, and get a number one and whatever it is. But I think at the end of the day, like I think selling tickets to a show would be incredible. I think being able to go on a headlining tour and have people come see my show would be, incredible. And those award shows, I think they can be super, super great. But I don't know if that's like the whole, you can't put so much stake. It's tough putting so much stake in something you really can't control.
yeah,
Um, I feel like nothing about this industry I can really control, but the music. And so I just try to focus on that and creating music that can impact people or tell people's stories. And yeah, once that's done, like all I can do is show up and play the best show and be prepared or write the best music, but I can't control the awards. I can't control anything. So it's hard to, yeah, like I said, but I mean, a Grammy for Best New Artist would be amazing for sure.
I mean, to be fair, and it's like you said, you can't control that element, but I think what you have controlled, and artists such as you is actually inspiring young women to perform and actually give music a go. And
Mhm.
so that's something you can always have in your life, to knowing that you inspire so many people in this world to
Yeah.
perform. So you
Oh,
should be very proud of that.
thank you. I think it's so true too. I always feel very when there's like a younger artist, female especially. I mean, I moved to Nashville almost 7 years ago. Like it's hard moving away from your country and your family and your friends, and you have no credit. Like you're starting over in this brand new country. And so whenever, a little Canadian or maybe somebody from a different country comes, I feel very connected to them. I'm like, this is such a huge
Yeah.
leap of faith and sacrifice that you've taken. Like there's anything I can do, call me anytime. Because it really is. It's hard. And so following your dreams is not for the faint of heart. So I definitely hope that, people could see me and be like, dang, she did it. She's from a nowhere place people have never heard of. Like I can do it too.
Okay. Oh well, thanks very much for your time, Adeline. So I really appreciate it. And I'm just gonna stick this off record.